guys, what's up? Shelby here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. I'm Shelby. I'm an online fitness and nutrition coach who's been working in the industry for about 10 years. And today I want to walk you through ways to have a better warm-up created for yourself. I think people are always looking for what's the best warm-up, how do I warm up appropriately for this, that, and the other, and not really knowing exactly how long they should be warming up or what they should be doing to get there depending on the work that's being done. So today we're going to walk through that. So when we are warming up, there's a couple of things that I always tell my clients are the best case scenario for us. So first and foremost, before you do anything else, I want you to be doing at least 5 to 7 minutes of something cyclical. Cyclical essentially is looking at walking, jogging, jumping on a treadmill, jumping on a rower, jumping on a bike, something that's going to get your core body temperature up. We don't want to go into exercise cold, so the first thing you want to be doing is implementing a warm-up. Do whatever makes you happy. It does not have to be a specific machine based on your workout. We just want to get the core body temperature up, and so doing something cyclical that's like that low intensity work is what we want to start with. Second thing we're going to work through is what are we actually doing for our workout for the day? Is it a squat focused day, deadlift focused day? Are we doing Olympic lifting? Are we just doing a circuit for the day? Or maybe we've got a long duration low intensity cardio piece. All of those are going to factor into what kind of warm up you want to be doing. Typically, I tell people 2 to 3 rounds of a couple of exercises is pretty simple and makes it easy for you to, again, create this on your own. So after you've done that 5 to 7 minute minimum on a piece of cardio equipment or gone out for a 400-meter jog, whatever it may be, what we want to look into next is what we're doing in the movement. So typically I like to include a core exercise, an exercise that is going to also implement some kind of mobility work through the ranges of motion you're going to use, and then one that's more strength focused, okay? So those are your 3 pieces that are going to make it pretty simple to always include something. So core piece can be doing some dead bugs, some planks, maybe we incorporate something hanging depending on if we're doing some pull-ups or something like that. But we want to do something to make sure the core is primed and ready. Your core should be activated all the time when you're doing exercises, even if it's not a core exercise, when you're squatting, when you're deadlifting, right? We need to be bracing. So planks are always a great thing to incorporate, or some form of core work where you're learning to brace, and I say learning to, but when you're focusing on engaging your core, bracing the core to prepare you for utilizing it in the workout. The second one I mentioned, we're gonna switch those legs around. Okay, second piece that we talked about is that movement that also has some mobility aspect in it. So this doesn't have to be complicated mobility, but think about it in terms of the movement patterns you're going to be doing. So let's say, for example, we're going to be doing an upper body day that's got some kind of pushing in it, something like an inchworm walkout with push-ups or a plank into down dog, right? So let's say we're, in this position, coming down into it, we can come back and forth to work through the ranges of motion in our shoulders, because when we're pushing, we need our shoulder joint to be in a great range of motion. If we're doing something with legs, right, doing something that's got a lunge variation in it, I love doing a lunge with rotation. That's a super simple one to include, right? So we're coming down into some rotation through here, or it can also be coming down to the ground in that lunge position, hitting some rotation through the spine, right? Just a couple of examples. For lower body, we can also do, again, any kind of variation on those. I love also incorporating things like a Kang squat, which gets you the hinge pattern as well as the squat pattern. Some form of step up, maybe a rotational step up where we open up the hips. We can also do some hip abduction work, right? Coming down into a hip abduction lift, right? Whatever movement patterns we need to utilize that are going to prime muscles for movement through different ranges of motion. Third piece is that strength piece. This does not mean heavy, but it does mean, again, priming your movement, your body for the movement that we're going to be doing. So if we're going to be doing some back squats, maybe we do some goblet squats. We can also do some step ups or lunges. If we're doing an upper body day, some kind of pulling, right? We can do some banded lat pulls. We can do some dumbbell floor press, something that's similar to the exercise that's going to be made most of the time your main lift, right? Your compound movement that you're doing first. So mimicking that movement pattern with a lighter load, but that's still utilizing some load, will be beneficial. This doesn't have to be complicated when it comes to the number of reps either. You can go off of what feels good for your body, but aiming somewhere between an 8 to 15 rep range on those are going to be just fine. So an example for a lower body workout day, let's say that we're doing a squat focus day, I might do 2 to 3 rounds of Kang squats, 10 to 12 reps, body weight, a lunge with that rotation movement in there, and then do some dead bugs. 2 to 3 rounds, 10 to 12 reps of each of those. If I'm gonna do, let's say, a bench press focus day, I'll probably do some plank walkouts or inchworm walkouts with push-ups in them. I also like to prime the shoulders when I'm benching. So maybe I will do a light dumbbell Arnold press or some lateral raises, maybe even some band pull-aparts to get the lats working on a bench day, which is important. And then again, throwing in a core exercise, maybe a forearm plank or some plank shoulder taps, right? So 2 to 3 movements. Again, we do that after our 5 to 7 minute warm up on your cyclical piece of equipment, and then you should be primed to go. Now, if you are doing big compound lifts, your squat, your bench, your deadlift, some pull-ups, it is beneficial sometimes to be doing warm-up sets. You don't need to do warm-up sets for every single exercise you're doing for the day, but doing a couple of warm-up sets at lighter loads of the same movement you're going to be doing can be beneficial. We're not going to jump straight into our working sets of squats if it's 75 to 80% of our 1 rep or 3 rep max, right? So maybe we do the empty barbell first, then throw some 25s on, then go from there, right? Or whatever load works best for you. So if you like this video, go ahead and give it a like and hit that subscribe button. Drop a comment if you've got questions about warm-ups and what else you should be thinking about. I'm always here to answer questions and hopefully get you going in the right direction. So we'll see you next time. Have a great day.